My intention for this video is to share the true nature of abundance and paint the picture of what is possible for all of us, what has already been, and that there have been disruptions to that natural flow that we all engage in unconsciously, and how it's not any of our faults. I've certainly engaged in all of these blocks. But it is our responsibility now. If we are here to build a new world, if we're here to tap into the true essence of abundance, the only way we can do that is by clearing these blocks out of the way. So, my intention is to share from my heart, from my wisdom, from the gifts and the codes that I receive and embody the vision of the true natural flow of abundance and the three main ways that I have found are blocking it and are keeping us in this current paradigm, this current reality of lack, of scarcity, of stuckness. Because it's time to connect with what is not, clear it out of the way so that we can fully embrace and embody what is. And I say what is not from the perspective and the sense and the energetic of what is not meant to be, what has been purposely programmed into our reality to keep us stuck, to keep us down, to keep us siphoned from, to keep us in the old paradigm, to keep us in a sense of dependency on the system that we are ready to evolve out of. So, if you're with me, if you are someone who feels the call to help usher in the new paradigm that so many of us are excited to be a part of because our souls have called us to be a part of, then this video is for you. This video is to help highlight the areas that you might still be engaging in that are not in the greatest service of ushering in this paradigm of abundance that is our natural state. So, what I'm going to share is from my personal experience, my journey in this life with money, with abundance, what I've witnessed with clients, what I have seen in the world, and also information that I have received from the higher the higher dimensions of truth. So I know we all are here to receive more abundance in our realities. Yes, of course, there is the greater society that we want to serve, the abundance paradigm that is natural to help usher that in. But the way in which we do that is by first creating it within our own selves and our own lives. We are the anchors, right? We cannot create something without until we first create it from within. So to create it from within is to first look at what is within now. And what is within now is a pattern of behaviors and belief systems that have all come from childhood experiences, oftentimes come from past life experiences and ancestral patterns. And these are programmed into us on purpose. None of this is by accident. It is to keep us in the old paradigm. So I'm going to share these three main ways that I see so many of us engaging in unconsciously, and I include myself. And these are all blocks to the real abundance that we are here to usher in. So the first way that we are programmed to be blocked from abundance. And before I get into that, I am being reminded that I must first define abundance. I must first connect to the energetic of this paradigm. because abundance is not just energetic state. It is not just a feeling. It is not just a belief system that there is more than enough available to us, even though those are true. Abundance is actually a natural state of exchange of our gifts and the way in which we get to be supported. It's a paradigm. Abundance is a paradigm. It is an experience that we all get to be involved in our natural state. Abundance is what is outside of distortion. So before I get into the three ways that we are individually blocking ourselves from accessing this paradigm, which would then usher in the paradigm for us all, I want you to imagine what this might be like. And I'm going to share a vision. So I want you to imagine waking up every single morning, seeing the sunlight coming in through the window, wiggling your toes, waking up your body, remembering that you have a body, and you get to welcome it to the awakened state. A little stretch, welcoming the beautiful day. You get up, just grateful and excited to be engaged in your life. Grateful that you have gifts to share with the world. Grateful that you get to receive money in exchange for these gifts. Grateful that your soul gifts get to express in a business that brings in multiple six figures every single year. Grateful that you have stewarded this money in a way that allows you to have a seven-figure investment portfolio so that you are supported as you age and are not reliant on having to work in order to receive and be supported. Grateful that the money that you spend gets to support people sharing their gifts. So every dollar that leaves you gets to be received by someone else who is showing up in their divinity, showing up and sharing their gifts with the world. Whether that's your local farmer, your hairstylist, the woman who fixes your shoes, right? Whatever it is that they in the world and society around you are so called to share with the world, you have the blessing to share the money that you receive with them so they get to receive. This is the natural state of abundance. There is no needing to hoard out of fear. There is no needing to overspend out of not enoughness. There is none of that. There are no blocks in the way. It is a natural give and receive. Money gets to be like water. It flows to you as you open yourself up to receive it, and it flows from you so others can receive it, while at the same time you get to hold some of it so that you are supported in the long term. This is the natural flow of abundance. This is how life has been until it got distorted. And these are the three main ways that I see. And of course, there are other ways, but there are three ways that I have been receiving that feel really important to share to help you clear them out of your own field, your own life. This one wants to go down now. You want to go down? So that you can access the true energetic of abundance within you to help usher it in. So these are not the woo-woo ways. These are not just energetic. They have been given to us as behaviors, as belief systems to keep us from that flow, to keep us from fully sharing our gifts. So the first way that blocks abundance is when you are in debt. Now, I'm going to go very light into this subject. This is a deep subject that could create many videos. I'm going to go light into the subject, but when you carry debt, whether it's credit cards, student loans, any creditor, any institution who has given you money that you then pay back with interest is blocking the natural flow of abundance because, one, it is telling you that I will give you money so that you don't have to get it from your gifts. That's one way it cuts you off. The second way is when you do share your gifts and receive from that way, you owe them. You have to pay them back plus interest. So they siphon you. So too much of the money, the energy that you get to receive from those who are meant to be supported by you, those who get to pay you for your magic, doesn't get to then be recirculated and given to others for their magic. Instead, it goes to these creditors. That is a way that we have been cut off from the natural flow of abundance. So if you are in debt, there is no shame here. I am in debt still. It's something that I am working very diligently to get myself out of because I'm no longer interested in being involved in the debt system. I'm no longer interested in being siphoned from. And this is one of my personal journeys. And I've gone through this journey so that I can understand it intimately and fully and better teach you and better help you get out of debt. So if you are in debt now, there is absolutely no shame. And I'm here to tell you it's time to cut the cord. It's time to plug that leak. It's time to aggressively and as quickly as feels safe to your nervous system, cut it out because you are not meant to be receiving money to then just give to these institutions. You are meant to receive money so that you are supported and you can then support others sharing their gifts. So that is a critically important way that we are being blocked from the ultimate flow of abundance. And we do have the power to get out of debt. So if that's something that you are struggling with, please reach out to me because I am an expert in helping people get out of debt. I originally paid off $40,000 of debt in 2 years working my salary job. And since then, have continued the refining process of how to not just pay off debt, but how to break up with the debt system emotionally, energetically, and strategically. So please, please reach out because you are so deserving of being free from the debt system. All right, number two, another way that we are blocked from the flow of abundance is through emotional spending habits. Now, the reason that we emotionally spend is because we have been programmed to believe that buying certain things is going to fulfill us in a way that we cannot on our own. This overconsumption and consumerism is a programmed pattern of behavior in our culture, rooted in the idea that we are not enough and we need to have more things in order to be enough. This is a way that we block the flow of abundance because we are no longer stewarding our money from a place of overflow and love and intention and appreciation for the wealth that we receive and the wealth that we get to share, but from a place of wounding. And again, this was something that I dealt with intimately for decades. And it has been a process of unraveling my need to feel rich and enough and fulfilled and abundant without needing so many things. This is an incredible journey that you get to go on once you decide you are no longer interested in spending money to fulfill a hole that you feel in your heart. It is very normal. It is what has been programmed into our society as normal. The more money you make, the more you can spend. You want to be rich and bougie, go out and get your Gucci bag, right? There's so many ways that we are inundated with ads all the time when we're on social media. It is pervasive in our society to be inspired to buy more. If you want to be rich, you gotta feel rich. The way to feel rich is to go be rich, and being rich means buying shit. No, we must end this now. You are wealthy and deserving now. You are enough now. You do not need to buy something to feel enough. This is a sacred journey. And this is something that if you are feeling caught up in the I make more money, therefore I can spend more money, this cycle of feast and famine, you don't know where all your money is going. You're like, I'm making great money. Where is it all going? And you look around and there's still tags on your clothes and you have just boxes and boxes that come in from Amazon, and there's just so many ways that you're confused as to where it all goes. This must end because you are deserving of receiving and stewarding this money that allows others to receive so that and you get to be supported. And the root of this is you realizing that you are enough. So, if this is something that you struggle with, also please reach out to me because another way I'm an expert in is helping you feel enough now and creating a environment and a plan for your money so that you feel fulfilled without needing to spend extra. So, this is a very important step in the journey to allowing yourself back into the true flow of abundance. All right, the third way that we block ourselves from the true flow of abundance, and this one is pervasive with healers. Those of us who have a natural gift to give, and many of this comes in from our childhood where that was something that we had to do. So many healers are one, gifted naturally, but also our lifestyle and our environment programmed us to want to give to others. And therefore, many of us struggle to receive freely. So the third way that we block abundance is by not feeling that we are worthy to receive. So, as a healer myself, I have a distinct memory, a series of memories actually, a pattern from my childhood that when people would ask me what I wanted, I would just say, whatever is fine, because I felt like a burden for having desires. I felt like a burden for having wants that could be fulfilled. Like even going out to restaurants as a kid, I would look to see what the cheapest thing was on the menu because I didn't want to be a burden. I wanted to make sure everyone else was taken care of first. I didn't feel like I was deserving. And so much of this is rooted in the feeling that we are meant to help others. We are meant to give up of ourselves in order for others to be taken care of. And this is just so profoundly distorted and pervasive in our culture and our society, especially as women. And as I said, all of us healers, it is so important that we learn to feel safe enough in our own bodies to receive, to understand on a full body level that we are deserving of receiving. Because if we do not allow ourselves to be open to receiving, we will never be in full alignment and integrity in our work as a healer. Because by blocking receiving money or compliments or support, we are blocking receiving in all ways, which means we're blocking receiving our gifts, which means we are blocking receiving clients, we are blocking the receiving of money. And when we don't allow ourselves to receive the money that the clients that are meant to be served by us, then we are blocking our flow. If we are saying, I'm not deserving of the kind of money that I secretly really want because I'm afraid that it's going to put someone else out, that they are going to miss out or lose or be taken from if I receive, we are cutting off the flow. So it is very important that if you are a healer, you are a giver, you are someone who feels your purpose here is to help others. It is so profoundly important that you learn to fill your own cup up first. And the way that you do that is by learning to feel safe to receive. Because that's the entry point to this flow. You must be able to receive freely, openly, abundantly, in order for those meant to receive from you to even come into your field, come into your world. And then when you receive from them with love and gratitude and an openness, because there's no more distortion, there's no more belief that you're not worthy of receiving, then you get to receive, you get to be supported. It's where the dam gets to break and the water comes through, because then when you receive, then as I mentioned before, you get to hold and be supported while also release and give and allow others to receive and be supported. So you see how it's so important to do this inner healing that allows you to feel enough within yourself that you are worthy to be supported and receive from others. So these are three of the ways that we block our natural state. Because when the debt is gone, when we are disconnected from the debt system, then no one outside of us in these institutions can come in and take from us. And when we cut off our need to impulse spend and emotionally buy things, fulfill us, and instead we feel fulfilled, we feel enough. And when we allow ourselves to feel worthy to receive and allow ourselves to actually receive, then we get to enter the flow of abundance. And as you do this in your own world, that's when you create a strong foundation for this paradigm to come into your life, for yourself to be the healer, the guide, the mentor, the coach, the leader who gets to make a huge impact on the world and be supported and receive and give and hold and grow. This is what brings you into that paradigm we imagined, this natural organic state of abundance where you get to be supported, where there is no hoarding or taking. Those are all energies of our current reality that has been programmed into all of us. But it is not the natural organic way. And you have the power to create this reality. So you create it within yourself and you become the example that everyone gets to be inspired by. Because as you create it, as you be it, others will then witness that and they can create it within themselves and then they will be it. And others will witness them and so on and so forth. And this is how we create this new reality, this new organic, natural, the way it used to be reality. It starts with you. It starts with you having the courage and the inner strength and wisdom to make the powerful decision that you are going to cut yourself off from the old way that keeps you in this stress, lack, and scarcity. And open yourself up energetically, emotionally, and strategically to the flow that is your birthright. Abundance, freedom, it is your birthright, it is what your soul came here to experience. And it's okay that these other energies have come in. They came in to teach you. They came in to expand you. But it's time. It's time you move beyond them. It's time because we're stepping into this paradigm and you are the one who has the power to do it. So I'm so grateful to share this wisdom for you today. Please reach out if you want support. Please drop a comment if you felt inspired or called or moved, or if you have any questions. I am here for you. It is my mission to help usher in this new, old, organic paradigm. It is my mission to help us create success in our lives from our natural state, clearing away the programmed distortion, the untruths that feel true but are only blocking us from what is actually for us. All right. All for now. Sending you so much love.